Hello all, I am PW Ingle working as an assistant professor at Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon in Mechanical Engineering Department. So on today we'll start unit number 2, that is vapor compression refrigeration system. So we start the explanation about vapor compression refrigeration system, its components, and how to show diagram, how to show this vapor compression refrigeration cycle on TS and pH chart. Okay. So, a simple vapor compression refrigeration system consists of following components. Number one is compressor, number two is condenser, number three is receiver. Okay. Then number four is expansion device, and then capillary tube. Okay. So these are the four most important components of vapor compression refrigeration cycle. So again, I am repeating. First one is evaporator, then compressor. Okay. Evaporator, compressor, condenser, receiver, expansion device. These are the main components. So I read the uh, details about these components. Compressor. So the low pressure and temperature vapor refrigerant from the evaporator. Here you see low temperature, low pressure vapor from the evaporator is drawn into compressor through the inlet or suction valve A, where it is compressed to a high pressure and temperature. So how it is drawn? This piston will move in downward direction. Okay. So therefore, the low temperature, low pressure vapor from the evaporator will be drawn. Okay. And it will be compressed to high pressure, high temperature refrigerant in vapor condition. Okay. This high pressure and temperature vapor refrigerant is discharged into condenser through the delivery or discharge valve B. So here you can see this is what A is a suction valve and B is a delivery valve. Okay. Now next component is condenser. The condenser or cooler, it is also called as cooler. It consists of coils of a pipe in which high pressure and temperature vapor refrigerant is cooled and condensed. The refrigerant, while passing through the condenser, give up its latent heat to the surrounding condensing medium, which is normally air or water. So what is happening in condenser? After compressor, high pressure, high temperature vapor enters in the condenser. So condenser normally, suppose if you will take the case of air conditioning or refrigerator, household refrigerator, it is placed at the back side of your refrigerator. So condensation is taking place because this refrigerant will give its latent heat to the air. Okay. So at the end of condenser, while passing through the condenser, it gives up its latent heat to the surrounding condensing medium, which is normally air or water. Now receiver is what? It is the vessel in which the condensed liquid refrigerant from the condenser is stored. Okay, and from where it is supplied to the evaporator through the expansion valve or refrigerant valve. Okay, then it is going to air expansion valve where pressure will be reduced. So the main condition of refrigerant will be low temperature, low pressure refrigerant in liquid condition before it enters in the evaporator, because this evaporator is placed inside the body of say refrigerator, and its function is to absorb the heat from the food items, vegetables or whatever may be stored in the refrigerator. So next is expansion valve. It is also called a throttle valve or refrigerant control valve. The function of the expansion valve is to allow the liquid refrigerant under high pressure and temperature to pass it as a control rate after reducing its pressure and temperature. Now some of the liquid refrigerant evaporate as it passes through the expansion valve, but the greater portion is vaporized in the evaporator at low pressure and temperature. And now last component is evaporator. It consists of coils of pipe in which liquid vapor refrigerant at low pressure and temperature is evaporated and changed into vapor refrigerant at low pressure and temperature. And in evaporating, the liquid vapor refrigerant absorbs its latent heat of evaporation. Okay. So here, latent cooling and latent heating. Latent heating is taking place in evaporator and latent cooling is taking place in the condenser. Okay. Now, if you want to suppose, I will take the reference of any. Yes, suppose you take the reference of this TS and pH diagram. So, how to show the vapor compression refrigeration cycle on this TS and pH chart. Okay. So first process is what? Evaporation. 421 is evaporation. So evaporation is taking place at constant pressure and temperature, which can be shown on TS diagram by horizontal line and on pH diagram by, it is also known as pH chart by horizontal line. Okay. Then next is compression. So compression on TS diagram can be shown vertically because it is a isentropic process. An isentropic process on pH chart is shown like this curve. Okay. Now 2 to 3 is a condensation process, which is nothing but the latent heating. Okay. Cooling, sorry, latent cooling, which is occur in a condenser at constant temperature and constant pressure. That's why 2 to 3 processes are shown horizontal. And last process is isenthalpic process, which happens in a expansion device. So it is shown by 3 to 4, and on TL diagram it is somewhat curved. Okay. So this is what the representation of vapor compression refrigeration cycle on TS diagram and pH chart. Okay. So this completes the explanation of vapor compression refrigeration cycle in short. So in next lecture we'll cover some problems on this vapor compression refrigeration cycle by considering some cases. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.